What is up, man? It has been a while since I have uploaded on this channel. I have been grinding, man. I'm still living in Colombia. Been working extremely hard on the other channel, on my business. For those of you guys that don't know, we're doing pretty good, man. Got about 30 guys in the private community and mentorship, and that comes with a lot. That comes with my time, a lot of responsibility, a life update. Working super hard. I'm really in a season of isolation and personal development, man. Working on myself. Still fighting a good fight with the hair, man. I've been getting PRP to try to grow back my hair.
Dile a la gente lo que vamos a hacer hoy, porfa.
Te voy a hacer plasma rico en plaquetas. Listo, vamos a empezar con esa gorrita que es fototerapia, te ayuda a estimular los folículos, a nutrirlos y a oxigenarlos. Listo. Después sacamos la gresita de la mano, colocamos a centrifugar. Una vez esté centrifugado, infiltramos el plasma y luego finalizamos con unas microagujas, que es una estimulación del folículo como tal.
Listo. ¿Es doloroso?
No te puedo decir si es doloroso. No, es
Sí duele.
muy llevadero, es muy aguantable. Normalmente se hace con una vibración como para distraer al paciente. En caso tal de que te duela, hay una opción que es la anestesia.
Ah, que yo pensé que como había como una pues como cremita que usamos, ¿o no?
Cremita no.
Ok,
Si hay que poner anestesia, es infiltrada también.
ok. Bueno. Yeah, man, we here getting this light treatment, you feel me? Take care of yourself, fellas. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, take care of yourself, yo. The lengths I'm going to keep my hair is crazy.
Sí, ya está empezando a grabar.
Bueno, acá estamos en
Capilare.
Capilares. ¿Y qué nos cuentas?
¿Qué nos cuentas tú? ¿Cómo vas?
Pues bien, no se me siento bien.
No, no te va a doler. En este momento estamos con una gorra para hacer la terapia de luz, para ayudarnos con el crecimiento y la estimulación de los folículos pilosos. Ya realizamos la extracción de sangre, ya la pasamos a centrifugar y ahorita viene mi compañera a aplicártelo arriba.
Listo, ven acá, derechito, vamos a empezar. Para abrir la piel, y voy a empezar con el siguiente.
So this is how the first session went, fellas. It wasn't painful at all. In fact, the hair transplant I got was more painful.
¿Cómo lo vas sintiendo? Tolerable.
If you guys recall the other hair video I did, that pain was about maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. This was super chill. I know a lot of people have fear of needles. I don't particularly like needles, but I do what I gotta do. And I wanted to be transparent because honestly, a lot of people behind closed doors are getting these treatments.
Pero va súper bien. How painful is it?
It's not bad at all.
Like from a scale of 1 to 10?
0 to 10, like a 2.
Oh, pretty easy.
Yes, that one I felt good.
People do a lot of things to maintain themselves, fellas, and you shouldn't be ashamed for taking care of yourself. Straight up. A lot of people get treatments behind closed doors, and shit, I'ma get some of mine too. Fuck you mean? And then last but not least, fellas, we're gonna touch up the frontal area, the area that I showed you at the beginning of the video that I've been losing some hair. And to be honest, that was pretty much the treatment. I've seen people complain and say that it hurts. Honestly, it really wasn't that bad, fellas. Like a 2 or 3 out of 10. Yeah, man, I'm gonna take you guys through a calm week of my life. This weekend, I'm actually gonna get away and go to a little pueblo here, just to relax. Because, like I said, I've been working extremely hard. So I'm gonna go out to a little pueblo for like a couple of days to really disconnect from social media, from work. Just in terms of life updates, since the last time I've uploaded a video on this channel, things have been very good, but things have also been very hard. I lost my brother, my older brother, on my birthday. He passed away. That
that affected us like crazy, like a family, that almost killed me. So I really had to like step away for a bit. Been working on that emotionally and spiritually. All in all, man, we thugging, man. We working hard and we getting better. I just woke up, obviously. I'm about to hit the gym and I'm looking rough like a motherfucker. I gotta get chopped up, man. We gonna get chopped up today though. Workout is done. Now I got a coaching call with our gentleman. About to get this done. Have a sales call after that. And then after that, we don't stop. After that, I got my guy, Jose, coming through to cut my hair because the boy looking scruffy. And then pretty much, man, just continuing. This is really what I do all day is just grind, get shit done. We working, baby. We working, baby. Check out the views. Fire. Fire, man, so. Doing good, brother. How's Uganda, man? What's going on? Give a couple of more minutes for everybody to hop in, man, then we'll get started. Alright, I'm back in the game now, you feel me? I got touched up, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, man, first of all, the view is crazy. That's exactly why I fell in love with the city. But I got touched up. The boy is back in the game because I was looking crazy. Feel what I'm saying? I was looking crazy. You know what I mean? Got touched back up, man, so. I'm about to head out this weekend for a little deconnection trip, you know what I'm saying, in the Pueblo, and just vibe, man. It's crazy. I still look fucking tired. And honestly, this is the reality of when you're just busting your ass grinding. Like, you're always tired. So that's why I'm about to disconnect this weekend. Good morning. Another beautiful morning in the neighborhood. Like I said, man, I've decided to get out of the city of Medellin because honestly, man, let me show you something, right? So lately, I've been feeling like sick. And if you look at the sky right now, it's early. You can see all of the pollution and contamination. It's super foggy. I was talking with one of my good friends who lives in Thailand, in Bangkok. And he was telling me about the air index and how the air quality in Bangkok is so poor and how that has been affecting his health. And I started thinking like, damn, you know, the air quality like in Medellin isn't that good either. And for some reason this week, I don't know what it is, like I'm congested, I'm stuffy, I've been feeling kind of weird. And I started looking up these symptoms of air pollution, like headaches. I've been getting crazy headaches. I never get headaches, I never get sick. And I was like, maybe it's the air quality. So I'm gonna get out the city for a couple of days this weekend. Go to El Campo, which is basically just the countryside, and go relax and disconnect from work and everything and see how I feel getting some fresh, unpolluted air. So that's the game plan, man, because I haven't been feeling my best.
By far, one of my favorite things to do in Colombia is travel to the countryside, the pueblos, the small towns, and really go to places where it's less populated, right? I live in Medellin, the hustling, bustling city, and by now, in terms of Colombia, it's definitely one of the more known cities, and that's cool. You know, I've been living here for the last few years, but I've come to appreciate tranquility and being chill, being quiet, especially when I'm constantly managing different people in my business. And so that being said, I love Colombia. However, this will be my last year living here full time. I found myself being drawn to countries like Romania, Serbia, Kenya, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And next year, it's time for a big change. I came here, I did what I wanted to do in Colombia. I'm well connected. I've got a good social circle out here. I speak the language now. And in terms of home bases for South America, this is definitely it for me. But in the meantime, before I leave after this year, I'm definitely enjoying traveling through different towns and villages. And it's always nice to have some good company with me too.
Listo, ¿para dónde vamos? Santa Fe, okay. Emocionada, okay. Yeah, man, so we on the way right now to Santa Fe, Antioquia, about to get away for a couple of days. Just pulled up to the spot, man. This is where we're staying at. Ducked off in the cut. Nice little getaway, man. And we got this little balcony here. We got the pool over there. We got the water slide, and there's nobody in the pool, so we definitely about to vibe out. We got the cabana over there. Y cuéntanos, ¿qué te parece? ¿Sí?
Dale, ¿cómo está? Espera yo. Gracias.
Regala hielito, porfa.
Y no se la daña de pronto la receta con el hielo. ¿No le va a traer algo para echarle el hielo?
Sí.
Porque el hielo le desordena ahora la semillita.
Ah, bueno.
Sí, yo lo organizo. Porque el hielo le desordena ahora la semillita.
Ah, bueno.
Sí, yo lo organizo.
No.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias. Ay, está súper rico. Está delicioso.
Esto no me gusta.
¿No te gustó?
No tiene sabor.
Porque eso es de maíz. Eso es arepa.
Las arepas no tienen sabor.
Claro que sí. Le vas a aplicar, espera, aplicar un cubiertico. Amor, si la pruebas con mantequilla, la arepita te va a saber diferente.
¿Segura?
Pues obvio.
Es que cada vez que yo como arepa, sale igual. Pero bueno. Pues no cada
Pero
vez.
es que eso es pan, amor. ¿No?
Salió como antes, sino con mantequilla. Bueno,
El pan.
bañada. Ah, que yo conozco esta canción. Alright guys, let's do a dope little tour of this restaurant right here. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. But look at the colonial style. This is from the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. So garden right here. Se siente la tranquilidad.
Una vegetación.
Sí, es muy
La
campestre.
fuente es muy relajante el agua.
Sí. Wow. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
John.
John. Jacques. Jacques.
Jack.
Sí, muchas
Bienvenido.
gracias. The old colonial style homes right here. Dice que le vaya bien, gracias.
Ya, muy bien, igualmente. Buen viaje, que les vaya bien.
All right, fellas, so we are walking through one of the colonial towns out here, as I said before, called Santa Fe. And you can tell by the architecture, it looks exactly like Spain. This town, Santa Fe, was, I believe, established in 1837, if I'm not mistaken. Super hot out here, about to give me some fruit, some coconut, something like that. I got something right here. Let me show you a local Colombian snack. So we got some different. Bueno, explícanos, ¿qué tenemos?
Ah, ok.
¿Qué tenemos?
Este es dulce de maracuyá. Este,
Ajá.
este también es maracuyá. Este de café, hijo de la señora. Este es, creo que es de leche. Este no sé de qué es. Este tampoco. Este es negro, entonces no sé. Y este es como de bocadillo.
Super different from the city life. I love Medellin, but this is exactly what I needed. I'm sweating like a motherfucker though. ¿Qué más?
Bien.
Sudando un montón como yo, ¿o qué?
No, yo no estoy sudando. Si tú eres de tierra caliente, ¿por qué estás sudando?
Porque es húmedo. Listo. So I'm teaching her how to swim, guys. Intentamos de nuevo, ¿cierto?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Hágale, hágale. Más pies, más pies.
Ay, no. Es que no sé.
Aguanta la cabeza arriba. Eso, tira, tira. Casi, pues ahí vamos. Ahí vamos, ahí vamos. Más pies. Eso, dale, 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 dale. Bueno. 1,
2 y 3.
3. Hágale. Acá. Más pies. Y ya te voy a dejar. Y ya. Casi llegaste. Mejor.
Llegué.
De nuevo.
Me cansé.
Claro. Es un entrenamiento, ¿cierto? Más pies, más pies.
No, yo siento que esto de nadar no es lo mío.
Hágale. Más pies, más pies. La mano más fuerte. Eso, estamos moviendo, ¿sí o qué? Y date guardia. 1, 2, 3, hágalo. ¿Se mejoró?
Sí,
Sí, vamos dando, sí. La clase de natación.
sí.
Yeah, man, so we out here. I'm teaching her how to swim a little bit. Good vibes, man. Ducked off in the cup. Ducked off in the cup, man. No other foreigners here. Just the way I like it. Llegamos.
Y acá pueden parar, tomar fotos.
Listo.
Parte de acá.
Ya estoy grabando.
Ay,
Y
¿qué?
ese
Pues
puente se
bajar.
llama Occidente.
Si a este puente se llama el puente Occidente.
Listo.
Como usted lo puede observar, el puente está ubicado sobre el río Cauca, que es el tercer río más grande de Colombia.
Okay.
Este puente lo construyeron porque vio una necesidad de comunicar Santa Fe de Antioquia con Medellín y la parte del oro antioqueño hacia Turbo.
Okay.
Este puente fue construido por el ingeniero José María Villavilla, nacido en el corregimiento de Horizontes, que Horizontes queda de esta montaña,
Okay.
y está por allá a 13 kilómetros de acá.
Bueno, cuéntanos, guía. Cuéntame. No.
A ver, cuéntame la historia de este puente.
Estamos
Jack,
en el puente de Occidente.
¿Occidente
El
qué?
man estaba Occidente. La verdad, el man estaba hablando un montón. Ya se me pasó sobre que. Sí. Sé que es este puente, algo con Alemania, algo así, ¿cierto?
y los cables, los trajeron de Alemania.
Cables, eso. ¿Y qué más?
No, tú eres el que estás prestando atención. Yo creo que aquí en este puente, ¿tú nunca te has visto el Titanic?
Sí.
Puedes hacer la escena del Titanic.
Trululú, hay maní de este confitado, hay platanito, salado, dulce, de limón.
Mamoncillo.
Si no hay, se lo traigo, mamoncillo, y están ricos. Y de paso lo voy a dar a usted.
Ah, pues es que sí, pero estamos llenísimos. Hemos comido un montón.
Se come 3 pepas hoy y las deja para medianoche 3 pepas más. Mañana 3 pepas más. No hay problema, todo tiene remedio. Yo no lo mando a que se atragante todo como una gallina. Va comiendo suavemente.
¿Qué?
Importante, y no deja la vieja en visto.
Mi
Oiga.
Yo
amor,
todavía ¿quieres?
Cómprale algo, cómprale cualquier cosa.
Claro.
Listo.
¿Qué será? Usted pida por esa boca que aquí hay.
El maní dulce.
Maní dulce.
Sí. ¿Cuánto vale?
¿Cuántos?
Solo un.
¿Solo?
Sí.
¿Solo uno?
Sí, claro.
Vaya, venga, no hay problema.
¿Cuánto es?
Usted que medio, le vendo medio.
envidias de mis papás, pero no sé.
Okay. So I am a super nerd and I love antiques. I'm sitting here in an 1800, 17th century theater. And it's fascinating. I'm looking at all the cameras and all the old technology. And then over here, you have some cameras, which I believe is from like 1890s. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, somebody in the comment section can correct me. I'm not an expert on cameras. But this is really old. I wish I could be here to actually smell the smell. It smells very old. I love it. Look at this.
Incluso todavía hay cositas en casa, todavía hay maquinitas de refrigerador. Esas.
Sí, porque acá en Santa María del Festival también de...
And just like that, the little getaway ends because I gotta fucking get back to work. This is the views, man. View some little getaway spot. So, one of the things that I also want to work on, I told myself I wanted to learn how to shoot, how to fight, how to speak multiple languages, how to dance. So one of the things that I want to learn is how to dance salsa. Bueno, muéstrame el ritmo.
Ay, no sé.
Danos algo picante. No, no seas así, danos algo picante.
¿Algo picante de qué?
Sí, el ritmo, el baile, muéstranos algo. Pues, muéstrame algo.
Ay, no.
Muéstrame algo.
¿Y por qué toca grabar? Sí, pero es que...
Para que yo pueda practicar y ver cómo que estás haciendo.
Es como... Ay, es que no sé.
Bueno.
Es como así. Dos
¿Y qué hago con
pasos.
los pies?
O sea, es un paso hacia atrás y otro acá. Es así. O sea, colocas un pie acá, pasas atrás, acá, atrás, acá, atrás. Amor, vas a poner los dos pies acá y ahora así. Y lo subes, y subes ese mismo y eso, atrás, dale, el del otro. Y mueves la cadera. Así, así.
¿Ya así? ¿O todavía no?
Dale. Vamos a ir así. Para atrás y acá. Sí, así. Amor, pero el pie va hacia atrás, pues hacia acá.
So the dancing is definitely something that I'm working on. I've always been stiff, had tight hips. I've always been rigid. And being honest, fellas, I'm never too embarrassed to show you when I'm a beginner at something. Like I said, we're working on everything from language to just overall intellect, dancing, all the above to become what I always talk about, a modern day Renaissance man.
Porque es rápido.
Es muy rápido.
Ok, el de atrás.
Lucky tastemakers, groundbreakers, fucker, we crown shakers. Moved us out the margin, we're writing, that's how we found paper. Hustling nature, since we was riding back on the scooter razors. Had no stable footage since then, I've been an earthquaker. Brown sugar and cinnamon, don't think that I'm the greatest, I just settle for the synonyms. Hey, they wonder what's got it into him. I took a couple losses, my nigga, I'm trying to win again and win again and win again. I ain't taking minimums, my destiny was written in. Coming with a different scent, coming with a different stench. Smelling like greatness and I spray it every day, that's the latest. Moving crazy all around me. I was hotter than my feelings, then you found me. I'm just too aware of my surroundings. Looking at the blessings I've been counting. The world been moving crazy all around me. I was hiding in my feelings, then you found me. I'm just too aware of my surroundings.
Back at the crib, back to work, got a call with a client in 15 minutes. So it's funny, I oftentimes get asked this question, Dud, you live in Colombia, you know, how do you stay focused? How are you not so distracted? And the truth is, discipline, right? I live in a place where there's so much temptation. Everybody knows by now, Medellin has beautiful women. Okay, there's vices, it's fun city, you can do whatever you want. But the truth is, I'm not here for fun. I'm here because I enjoy living here, the lifestyle, right? Obviously, cost of living, things that I can do. I wanted to learn the language. And quite frankly, the majority of my time, yeah, I have a good time, I have fun. But the majority of my time is spent on grinding, working, building my empire. For those of you that don't know, I've got a coaching business, which is the reason really why I haven't uploaded on this channel in quite some time. I've got a mentorship called Modern Day Renaissance Men. I primarily work with other entrepreneurs, ambitious men that are facing mental blockages. I have the most comprehensive, and I'm gonna toot my horn, I have the most comprehensive mentorship on the internet where we build up a man in every facet to master his health, wealth, and relationships. If that's something that interests you, tap the link in the description or the comment section. Yo. What's good, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? Happy Monday, G.
My day, bro. I was in the mental health.
Man, what too? Because I know you recently had that episode. It could be a culmination of stress. Because at least for me, now some guys will say they give their best dick when they're broke and their back is against the wall. For me, I give my best dick when I'm feeling good, the money's coming in, my family's taken care of, and things are going well. So it could be because, like, all right, good morning. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot to film yesterday. But to be honest, man, like I told you, man, my life is pretty boring out here, man. All I do is work. Yesterday, after the gym, I just really worked all day, took care of some things, some language study. I am still studying Spanish. I speak Spanish at a very high level, at a C1 level. And I believe the highest you can get is a C2. My goal this year is to get to C2 before I move to another country. I had started learning Mandarin last year. I can speak a little bit of Mandarin, but I said, yo, before I move on to Mandarin, I just, for me, I'm not one of these guys that just like to be a little bit conversational in different languages just to like be cool. Nah, like I'm a Renaissance man. And this is what I've always taught my guys. Like I'm here to dominate everything. So I'm perfecting the Spanish. I'm completely self-taught. I just use applications, and also living here has helped tremendously, dating different girls. But did that yesterday, took care of some things. And today is Tuesday. On Tuesdays and Fridays, I do martial arts. I recently got into martial arts because, again, it's another pillar of building out this archetype that I set out to become as a man. And so I'm about to take you out to my gym. You see, the trick with shoes is to get you something like this. I don't even know what this is called, but this shit helps you get your shoes on smoother. I don't have time to be digging my thumb in the shoe and shit. I got things to do, man. I try to streamline and delegate as many things as possible so that I can focus the majority of my brain power on key actions and movers in my life. I'm not really into like spending time thinking on certain shit. Nah, I'm trying to make things as streamlined as possible. I like, that's how I handle my business. That's how I handle my relationships, dating life, fitness. Everything is on the calendar. Everything is organized. Everything is streamlined. That's the thing. People ask me, how do I focus? Organization, discipline, right? Discipline is the ultimate showcase of self-love. I didn't change my life until I started getting order, structure. Stop winging everything. Stop guessing everything. Have systems set in place so that I can live the life of freedom that I do have and continue to work. This shit ain't complicated. I think as men, right, we can have all the ambition in the world, all the drive in the world. That's not fucking enough. Getting concrete systems that are going to help you in your style of life and how you think and how you move, right? Getting systems that fit you is what's gonna really help you move the needle. Once you gain that structure via gaining understanding of yourself, then you can get freedom. Let's go.
Thinking, need a light for the ideas. I'm in a splash zone with the brain waves. I shoot for stars up in my aim is straight. I lay in the sand line in the palace.
One of the common means of transportation I use here is moto. Now, most foreigners will come here and they'll use Uber because that's what they're accustomed to. But if you really want to live like a local and save money, using apps like Didi and InDriver will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. I didn't get this life of freedom by not being prudent and diligent with the way that I spend my money. So that being said, live like a local, and just because your money goes longer here doesn't mean that you should be susceptible to lifestyle inflation. Be diligent with your capital and live how the locals do.
Then I mentioned the shit in this life, I'm offended. Fuck it, it's cool, yeah, I get it though. Give a fuck less about how they feel, that's my move. I like being the truth.
Hey, yo, this is my guy right here, man, Rafael. Bro, díganos algo, bro. ¿Qué más? ¿Dónde estamos?
Excelente, estamos aquí en Evolution Fight Club. Vamos a hacer un poco de boxeo hoy, hermano. Con todas.
Eso. That's Renee right there. René, díganos algo. ¿Dónde estamos?
Estamos bárbaros.
Eso.
2 horas y contando.
Eso.
Vamos.
This is the owner right here of this gym.
Alright, fellas, so this is the warm-up that my coach has me doing before every session. So I had a shoulder injury last year that's been nagging me, and I've been rehabbing it. One of the things that I really enjoy about this gym is they help me rehab my shoulder, and any little nick or injury that we have, we always work around that. So if you ever come to Medellin, check out Evolution Fight Club. I will drop the information below. This is where I be getting it in that, man. I just got into martial arts and I've been enjoying it. Super good energy in here, but just make sure that you come with some respect and discipline because you will get your ass kicked. As nice as these guys look, these guys are absolute killers. Just being transparent with you guys. Fellas, last year after losing my brother on my birthday, I really felt into a dark place and I was a recluse and didn't speak to anybody for months, including family. And this year, I've really been building myself back up mentally. And since losing my brother, I said, I'm just going to do everything I always said I wanted to do and build myself up. And one of those things was definitely getting into martial arts and learning how to fight. Life is going to rock you either way. So I personally feel that every man should know how to defend himself because nothing's going to hit harder than life. And martial arts cultivates that mindset and gets you ready for it.
Esta música suena como si fuera de como Japón o China, algo así, como anime. Como Dragon Ball Z.
Esa es la música de René.
Sí.
So getting into martial arts has really been good for me, man. You know, this past year, especially after dealing with everything I did, I gained a ton of weight, like 20 pounds. And I'm currently the heaviest I've ever been at about 234 pounds. So I'm about 10 pounds down. And martial arts and fighting has definitely helped me lose the weight. So super happy about that. And being candid with y'all, as always, I'm probably a beginner at like 4 different things right now in my life. And I love showing you at the beginning process of learning these things so that as I get better, it just shows that anybody could start, whether it's fighting, learning a language, a skill, learning how to invest, right? I believe that we should constantly be striving and learning different things. It's super easy to get comfortable in life, right? Especially in your late 20s as you go into your 30s and 40s, right? They say that most people after they turn like 30 never sprint again. And honestly, I've been playing sports all my life, but it's been a while since I've pushed my body to these heights, these limits. And the last thing that I've done that's been this strenuous has been basketball, getting my heart rate to like 170, 180 even. And so I love remaining capable, staying a capable man. And it's so good for your health and really good for your mental to know that even if you're in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, that you can still defend yourself, that you're still a capable man. So these workouts are like typically an hour to 2 hours and a half on some days, and the first portion is always technique. Then we get into some pads, we do some bag work, right? Lots and lots of cardio, lots of type 2 twitch, right? Training. Over here we're doing some reaction training my proprioception. And again, like, this is so good, man. I haven't done this since basketball, and honestly, this shit is fun. And that's why I love switching it up. I think every man should be switching it up. And then I finish off with some light bag work, really working on my technique, turning my hips, making sure I position my elbow correctly. I keep my guard up. It's a lot of thinking when it comes to fighting. So I'm slowly tweaking things and just, I'm a student. I'm learning.
Dile a la gente donde se puede encontrar ese gimnasio.
El gimnasio, chicos y chicas, lo encuentran cerca de Unicentro en el barrio Laureles, en la transversal 34B, número 65D05. Les esperamos.
Listo. Ya lo bro.
Hermano, nos vemos.
Hasta la próxima. Rafael.
Hermano, bien, nos vemos el viernes.
Sí. Si Dios quiere. Alright, man, so that was boxing. Now I'm about to head to the crib because I have a call coming up in about an hour. And then we gotta film content for the other channel, edit that, and just really carry on with the day. So like I said, this is pretty much what we do every day. We just grind, get shit done. Let's get it. It is 12 midnight. Trying to sleep. But guess what? I'm having a hard time sleeping because they're fucking jackhammering and doing construction outside. Now, obviously, every country that you go to, there's always going to be a trade-off. I've been to over 30 countries. I've lived all over the world. But as much as I love this country and I love Colombia, one of the trade-offs and one of the things that just get on my nerves is just, like, sometimes it's just senseless shit here. Like, for example, they'll just be jackhammering at 12 midnight because they can't do it during the day because there's so much fucking traffic. So they'll just do it at midnight. Mind you, it's fucking 12 a.m., bro. It's fucking 12 a.m. They don't give a fuck if somebody has to go to work tomorrow. They don't care about nothing. They just care about they gotta get the construction. That's all they care about. They gotta get the construction. That's it. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. So, this is what the fuck you gotta deal with when you come to certain countries. Like I said, I absolutely love living here, but you know, this is my last year living here. Not to say that you're not gonna deal with stuff like that in other countries, but I just, for the life of me, can't think what would make it smart to disturb people during the weekday that have to get up at 5 to work, that have to do things, to drill on the street at 12 a.m. It's just one of those trade-offs, man. It's one of those trade-offs that anywhere you choose to go live, you gotta weigh the pros and the cons, man. So, you know, oftentimes we hear things about developing nations, developing cities, and you don't realize that it literally means that there's always building going on, right? I know that a couple of my friends right now, they're dealing with this out in Dubai. Like one of their complaints is that there's always construction, right? Well, you go to a place perhaps like Colombia, perhaps Uruguay, maybe you even go to Eastern Europe, or you go to Southeast Asia. In these countries, right, you go to certain African countries, in these countries where there's booms and they're building, such like Colombia, Medellin, right, Thailand, Philippines, that entails that there will be a lot of construction, which isn't a bad thing, right? They're developing their country. But if you're somebody that enjoys peace and quiet, when you're traveling and if you're looking to move abroad, you really have to weigh these things out, because this goes over a lot of people's heads. Even if you're going to visit, you have to ask Airbnb hosts, right? Like, is your construction value? If you don't mind the noise. But for me, I'm about to just pop 2 sleeping pills and then try to go to sleep.
Good morning. These are my first words of the day. I typically don't like to talk in the mornings until I have to work. But being that I'm obviously vlogging my week, I wanted to take you guys into my morning routine and give you guys some insight. So every morning, something that I do, also something that I have every client that works with me do, is I give the first portion of the day to me and to my mind. I do a meditation, a visualization, but the first thing I do is I have my goal card right here. That's the Renaissance Man logo behind it, because I'm not going to actually show you what's in front, because this is my personal goal that I have. I read it to myself every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and I keep 2 copies in my wallet. And I do this so that anytime I'm at the store or somewhere and I have to take out my wallet, I see the card, and the card anchors my goal in my mind. Because as we go throughout life, it's easy to forget about the things that we say that we want. But when you have your goal so present and readily available on your mind to remind you, and you start to take the congruent actions, you start to create what's called a quantum vacuum, and your reality starts to change. So a lot of what I teach my guys is metaphysics, how to alter their reality, how to alter their mind, their emotional states, and truly gain autonomy as men. So for me, I really focus on gaining control the first portion of the day, making my bed, honoring myself, keeping my goal on my mind, and then going into work or whatever I have to do, right? Giving myself to the world after I have filled up my cup. Sometimes my meditations can consist of, just affirmations or just visualizing my goal and getting myself in those emotional states, because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's false and real. So when you constantly push yourself in the environment that you seek to be in, eventually you'll find yourself in that environment in the 3D should you continuously take the actions.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay pues emigrar.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, pasa el guaro. Y sin estrés, que caro. Te gustan los chicos malos. Y se te ve que ella es como Jordan. Facilito las anotas. Y ella se le ve la nota. Que se mueve como loca. Ella es como Jordan. Facilito las anotas. Y ella se le ve la nota. Que se mueve como loca. Yeah. Esa Julieta no necesita su Romeo. A esas caderas todo le creo. Y esta manera de perreo, bájale al fuego porque esto se puso feo. Aquí un paisita con la de Ponce, ella la mala y apelando el bronce. Yo flow Maluma, tu flow Beyoncé. Yo pega esto pa' que sientas el roce. Con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de J-Lo, de J-Lo, de J-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaetón, ton, ton, reggaetón, ton, ton. Con su flow, con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de J-Lo, de J-Lo, de J-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaetón, ton, ton, reggaetón, ton, ton. Ella como Jordan, facilito la